Good morning, everyone. Schweitzer Engineering Laboratories is part of the 140-year-old electric power industry. It is a legacy stemming from the pioneers including Thomas Edison and Samuel Insull, and advancing to the modern miracle it is today. Electric power is the only commodity that moves at the speed of light. It travels from the Cheers District in Northwest to Southern California in only 6 milliseconds. Because of that miracle, excess solar and wind energy generated during the day can be economically stored behind the dams on the Snake and Columbia rivers and even farther north into Canada for use when it's dark and calm. Electric power moves almost twice as fast as information does in an optical fiber. What a miracle. And so are the public service companies. These regional franchises, also invented by Edison and Insull, operate under the watchful eyes of the state public utility commissions. PS companies were born dedicated to providing safe, reliable, economical service for us all. The electric companies competed with gas companies to provide illumination. At first, electrical illumination cost more than gas. Some customers converted anyway because of safety. No one really wanted an open gas flame to light up their closet. To win more business, the electric companies became more efficient, generating more power with less fuel. Insull frequently reminded folks that capital always gets its pay. Making the best use of capital is essential for shareholders and customers alike. The industry also invented new uses for electricity. Tesla's invention of the induction motor freed millions of Americans from the drudgery of pumping water and washing clothes by hand. The inventions continue. Today's heat pumps can now cool in the summer and heat in the winter and do so efficiently. Regionally franchised PS companies compete with each other. Neighboring utilities built tie lines to share power. These neighbors demanded fair prices of one another, and they knew what fair pricing is because they're in the same business. When you connect, you compete and collaborate to the benefit of customers, shareholders, and the environment. Unfortunately, Enron and others employed sophist arguments to demand deregulation. They wanted to build unregulated power plants, not under the watchful eyes of the PUCs, but where their gas pipelines passed under electric transmission lines to expand their businesses into the electrical sector. Legislators and regulators of both political parties eventually bought the sophists' arguments, resulting in the re-regulation of the industry under FERC 888 and 889, re-regulation that favored Enron's business interests. They're independent generating companies dumping power into the regulated lines treated as the grid, and regulated distribution companies drawing power from the grid as if it were a farmer's vegetable market. None of this makes sense. And what about planning to ensure there's enough electricity when we need it? That used to be handled region by region. A whole new level of governance emerged. Independent system operators and regional transmission operators. Gone was the single responsible entity for the generation, transmission, and distribution supplying electric power to you and me. In the past 30 years, we've seen new regulations, more difficulties permitting, prescriptions and proscriptions, subsidies, mandates and bans, incentives, and other market distorters. We've thrown so much sand in the gears of free enterprise that now we suffer long supply chains reaching all the way to China. What would happen if we take the sand out of the gears? Whether we're D's or R's, we're all plugging into the same wall plugs. It's high time that we unleash the spirit of free enterprise together, the very spirit that made America. Let's free the hundreds of millions of minds to fully embrace our unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. and will lift the heavy burdens from this generation of emerging Edisons and Insuls. Best part is it won't cost the government a dime. Instead, we'll produce tax revenues we can't even imagine today to pay down our debts. Our 100% employee-owned company is succeeding by inventing the future without turning to government for subsidy or mandate. We urge you and all of your colleagues representing us to ensure a fair, free, flat, and open environment for every individual in America. Believe in the Constitution, believe in America. I do. Thank you.